going to start the podcast on quite a sad topic. Obviously, you know what happened with Niki Lauda. What are your memories of Niki Lauda? We're going to doff our cap. This is your cap with the red. This is the only red sort of caps we have.
I had one, but it was an old Kendrick hat, so I didn't feel like I could wear that.
Wasn't really.
Tribute for Niki Lauda.
Memories of Niki Lauda.
I just remember him. Well, obviously not remember because like not old enough, obviously. But I ended up watching Rush again last night, and it was just realizing that he was the first guy to come in and just be like, you know, Alan Prost is meant to be like the professor, but Niki Lauda did it first. He could feel what was wrong with the car, and instead of just relaying that back to the engineers, he could tell them exactly what they have to do to fix it. And
Rush is such a good movie.
Oh, so good. Incredibly well done.
Is that my favourite scene from Rush? Well, there's a lot of good scenes. My favourite scene is where I think he tests at a test track, and like you just see Enzo Ferrari sat with a newspaper, and then he pours it, and he pours in there. And mechanic's like, "How's it?" And he's like, "It's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You have all these facilities, you build a piece of shit like this." That's why he was so good. No bullshit.
Oh yeah, he was straight talking.
Huge shock to lose him. Actually, I thought he was on the mend. Well, as far as we were concerned, he was on the mend. So it was quite sad. Rest in peace, Niki. Qualifying. Did you watch qualifying?
No.
You didn't, did you? It's pretty good actually. I watched it for the first time in ages.
I know about
Leclerc.
So yeah, Leclerc obviously. Vettel pushing him down. What happened there? Did he?
Basically, Leclerc. There was a lot of track evolution. I think he just set a lap, Leclerc, and then sat in the pit lane. I think Vettel did as well. They sent Vettel out because he dropped in the bottom 5. Vettel went out, and everyone else in the bottom 5 was going quicker, apart from the Williams, obviously. Sorry, Williams. And then Vettel did a lap, and Leclerc was like 14th, I think, or 15th, and that pushed him into the bottom 5 because Vettel went through fastest. And then they just didn't. And Leclerc was like, "Do I need to go out?" And they're like, "No, it's all good." And then
It wasn't.
finished P16. It's just peak Ferrari. We haven't even started the race yet, and that's just Ferrari's strategy.
Yeah.
Every weekend now.
Wait, are you going to do the bit where you go roll the intro, or was that we're just going to keep it?
Oh, the intro.
Because what I was thinking to keep
Do we
it more
do the
serious,
intro?
I was thinking do that first without doing like an intro bit. Or just do that little intro sequence and then just go into the you know, Niki Lauda bit.
Are we leaving this in then?
Not this bit, no. Should have thought this out beforehand.
We should have probably talked about it.
Yeah.
I completely forgot.
I was thinking as well, you could have done it like not talk about Niki right the way until the end, and then have like a little tribute, you know, about 5-10 minutes at the end of just Niki, but we just talk about like we did their favourite moments from it.
We can do that at the end if you want. Should I put that in? Otherwise I'll forget.
Yeah, can do. Yeah.
I'll just put in
Because
Lauda memories.
That's not frustrating at all.
Side note, obviously we are in Wembley. If you do hear some background noise, small football game I think is going on.
It's a small one, just
two
normally
pub
known
teams.
as the richest football
The
game
most
in
expensive
the world.
game in football history is happening in a few hours, just over there.
Between two rubbish teams. You're both going straight down, whoever goes up.
It's true, they're
No,
both
it's
coming
always
straight
back down. It's good for me, it's just one less team that we have to worry about next year.
Guaranteed 6 points for the Saints.
Completely
off topic. So the top 5 in qualifying was Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, Vettel, Kevin Magnussen in a Haas. I thought I'd wear this again. I'm running out of things to wear, I'm not going to lie. Jumpers to wear.
Well, I'm literally wearing the last things in my
You
wardrobe right now.
You always wear t-shirts, I always wear jumpers, so I feel like if I wear a t-shirt one time, you're going to be like, I've got to wear a jumper now.
Yeah.
So
You've got to keep the natural order.
yeah, I'm wearing this in tribute to his awful race.
I didn't even realise. I didn't realise how bad guys did. Like Ricardo as well.
It was horrendous.
But
before the race, they said 90% chance of rain. By the way,
did it? Oh,
90%.
Did it even drizzle at any point?
There was like 5 seconds of drizzle,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Like you saw it on the cameras, but it never affected the actual race.
I feel like they have like a camera, like an effect where they just simulate water, and they're like, oh, rain, but no, never happened.
Look at my hat that does not mix well with this blue outfit.
It does not.
All blue.
Don't even know what that is. Don't want to know what that
it's
is.
a bucket hat from Penguin. TK Maxx, 10 quid. Well, 9.99 to be honest. But quality though, another thing. I woke up literally like 5 minutes left, and I thought I'm not going to catch it. Went on the F1 app, saw that Bottas was on top. I was like, God damn, Bottas again. And then it just comes up. Lewis got it, and I was like, oh, he's done a classic Lewis.
It was an unbelievable lap.
Like, yeah, I watched it on his Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, unbelievable lap. And that was pretty much qualifying. Probably the most important qualifying session of the year. Would you agree? Monaco, because of lack of overtaking.
Yeah, whenever whoever like usually starts. No, I saw a fact actually in I can't remember if it was from a certain time or not, but it said that only 45% of the time the driver who started on pole has won.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty interesting.
It's quite a shocking stat, actually.
Yeah, because even though it is pretty much, it's almost 50-50. You'd think it's more.
I thought
you know,
like
more
90,
people from pole. Yeah.
95.
I was thinking like over 70, 75 at least.
So lap 1, Hamilton gets away well, Bottas as well. Verstappen had a little look on Bottas, didn't he? We were all like, yes, he's Max. And then Bottas was like, no. Bottas 2.0 did come out and just took him out. We didn't take him out, but
we're not. There's no Bottas 2.0. This is just an improvement. This is just
1.
Bottas
5.
has improved.
This weekend was a 1.5.
Bottas 2.0 was one race and one race only in Australia. And after that, it's now just, he's grown a beard, he's grown some hair, and he's grown some fucking balls.
Every time he shaves, he gets slower. That's my theory. If he just didn't shave, he'd have a beard like down here.
He'd
like
be looking like another member of ZZ Top, but he'd be an incredible Formula 1 driver.
Ricardo actually got to 5th on the first lap.
And
I was like, wow, Danny Rick. And then I swear, like 5 laps in, because I've got nothing from lap 1 to lap 11, because I was painting whilst watching.
Michelangelo over here.
Well, I was painting a ceiling. I've got a really sore neck.
Michelangelo?
So I was just painting ceilings. I got an F in art at GCSE. Well, I didn't even do art at GCSE, but we had to do art for 1 year, so it said fart on my card, on my report. Completely off topic. I had nothing until lap 11, but Ricardo, like 6 laps in, he was like 15 seconds behind Vettel.
That's so fucking childish, man.
What?
Fart.
That's what he said, I swear. If I can find a picture of it, I'll send it to you.
I'm swearing too much this podcast, sorry.
Yeah, we have dropped a couple of swears. By the way, should we mention our socials? We have now an Instagram and a Twitter page.
We do.
I think the handle on Twitter is different because I couldn't get Unbiased F1 podcast.
Who the hell has that already?
Someone has it, so I think it's UBF1 podcast because that's all I could have. Or I couldn't type in Unbiased Formula 1 podcast because that was way too long. So UBF1 podcast on Twitter, and you set up the Instagram, which is Unbiased F1 podcast.
I don't know what this.
I think strategies were just playing out between lap 1 and 11. Leclerc was making moves on Grosjean, and he, I think it was the second to last corner. I can't remember what that corner's called. Raskas.
Oh.
Second to last corner, Raskas before the little left-right. Oh, the right-left.
What's the one that sounds like Zandvoort?
Sandivot.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the first corner, isn't it?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is Raskas not the first corner?
No, Raskas is a. I'm pretty sure after the swimming pool, we're going to have Raskas, and then the last corner.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
I don't know. It's confusing. We could have been there, by the way.
For the Formula E, yeah.
For the Formula E about 2 weeks ago, there was flights for like 16 quid from Stansted.
Well, the tickets were real cheap, but it was like weird time, wasn't it? You know,
it was a bad timing because we had the exam the next day.
Yeah.
So I mean, we could have done it.
But hopefully, are we still doing Monza? Still might do that.
Monza's a possibility. It might well happen. If we can get some patrons pumping in some money into the podcast, maybe we can do Monza.
Hey Sebastian, hit us up with that simulator money.
Is he gonna? He's probably gonna watch this. He watched the last one. He said you were a bit of a lad.
I was a what?
Bit of a lad.
Oh, I thought he said lamb. I was like,
or a lamb. Maybe I misheard him. He might have said lamb.
Look, if you're calling me a baby sheep, I swear to God, I still want that money, but I'll drop you.
Should we make a comment on the setup?
No.
The budget has just sort of died for this now. We've got my camera now. It's just
look. I blame Theresa May. All right, it's what she's done. Look, people say it's David Cameron's fault. He left her in that position. She could have at least helped us out with the mics.
The
That's all I'm
Unbiased
saying.
political podcast coming soon.
I don't know what I'm talking about at all with politics. Oh. They were talking about it the other day.
Do you want to start on Brexit? Because I mean,
No.
we will have an opinion on Brexit, but
I think
she failed miserably on Brexit.
Why are we on this again?
I don't know.
No, she did, but yeah.
She did, and I think Boris is going to bring back the sovereignty. That's just complete horseshit. Yeah, Leclerc was making moves on Grosjean into Rascasse, and then he tried it on Hulkenberg.
No, it's Leclerc. You said Verstappen before me. Oh, okay.
Did I say Verstappen?
You were saying Verstappen. That's why
I meant Leclerc.
Confused. I was getting confused, but I was like...
My sincere apologies. I said Leclerc. Leclerc was making moves on Grosjean, and then he crashed.
Yeah.
Well, he hit his right rear. His right rear hit the.
No, because he got the move done the lap before against Grosjean, and then he did it against Hulkenberg, wasn't it? Then like the same corner, but
didn't pay off.
Yeah, Hulkenberg didn't leave as much gap as Grosjean did.
Didn't need to. I don't think. No. There's no reason to. He wasn't anywhere near him.
No,
it wasn't like they were wheel to wheel, was it?
Yeah. It was just I said it to you like you know you messaging each other during the race, and you were like, oh, he might go and win this or something.
Oh yeah,
I was like
P7. I was like top 10 incoming.
Yeah,
that did not age well.
No, but I just said like he's racing like it's a normal track. Like this is Monaco. You can't be racing that hard. I mean, I know it's his home race, and he didn't start. He's starting all the way at the back pretty much. But I mean, you still gotta. You got to have some respect for the track. Yeah. You can't be racing like that.
You can't, especially with the wide cars as well. I saw a funny tweet, and it was like 10 laps into the race, it was like, we need wider cars. We need wider cars in F1. And everyone was nibbling at it, saying, oh, we can't overtake. I think that was the joke. But, funny tweet I sent you earlier. I forgot what it looked like. It was a meme of Hamilton. And it was when we'll get onto his graining of his tyres in a minute, but it was that meme of, the meme in Toy Story where it's Buzz Lightyear and Woody, and it's like, grading everywhere with Hamilton's face on Buzz. Yeah, that was my favourite meme from the weekend.
But you know what I thought was so petty from everyone is that we were saying it just before that people were saying that Senna race back in what was it 92? Did you say when he did the exact same thing, just stayed in the middle of the track the whole time. Had the same problem as Lewis and won it, and then people call that the best race, but some people are being like, "Oh, this is so boring."
Zero overtakes in 92.
Yeah, those people. So same people that say that it's boring are the same ones who are saying, "Oh, it's, at least Senna didn't come over the radio every 2 minutes and be like and bitching about it, like about the problem." It's like, for God, like what does the guy have to do?
Yeah.
Like it was one of the best defensive plays. Defensive plays. Not the Super Bowl again.
It's the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say that.
With the pass. What a player.
One of the best defensive drives ever seen. Like, it doesn't matter like if it's Monaco. Yeah, it's difficult to overtake anyway. He still tried in places. But Hamilton kept him behind the whole time when he was dead from like.
We basically went from lap 11 to lap 70 just now, but. There's a lot of crap that went down. Almost swore. A lot of crap that went down.
I've been sweating this whole time, man.
So when Leclerc makes that move on Hulkenberg, I think he clips the inside barrier with his right rear. Doesn't make contact with Hulkenberg, but he spins round, has a puncture, and at that point he doesn't realise that he has a puncture. And then so he could have gone into the pits, but they didn't see it. So he did a lap, and then obviously he had a massive puncture.
Yeah. And
you could see it was like I think there was a slow mo shot. And you could just see the rubber like smacking against the floor and just ripping bits off.
It was just because it was alright at first, and then it just suddenly like exploded somewhere, and then
destroyed,
just going everywhere.
I every time there's a puncture. Every time Martin Brundle and Crofty always say it's got to go a bit slower than that. No one ever goes slower. I swear, like every time they get progressively quicker.
They're always like, oh, you got to go slower to prevent that from happening. It's like, but they want to get in the pits as fast as possible at this point.
Yeah, I mean, if that was me, well, all of us, we'd probably be doing exactly the same, because if you have a puncture, you're still going slow at the end of the day. So there was a safety car deployed. Both Mercedes pit Your favourite move in F1 history was the other week in China. The only thing that ever happened in China, the double stack.
I love the double stack.
There was a double stack at Monaco. Didn't quite go to plan, did it?
I mean, it wasn't as exciting double stack anyway because there was a bit of a gap for the engineers anyway. But yeah, it didn't. With Bottas, it just seemed like it was 2 tenths too slow, and that really affected it because he comes in, does his pit good enough for 3.1, I believe it was, comes out, and because they pit at the same time, everyone pits. Hamilton first, obviously out in front, Vettel, Bottas, Verstappen, all them. So they come in. Bottas gets away first because he's in first, gets in front of Vettel, and then the Red Bulls release Verstappen, unsafe release completely, right in the way of Bottas, and they touch, don't they?
Yeah.
They touch, and it's like
they had to do it though. I don't
they
think
had to for the race, but it was like they would have known that they were going to get a penalty for that because it was you had to wait. Like there was no chance he was getting out in front.
Do you think if he didn't squeeze Bottas into the wall, he wouldn't have got a penalty? I think if they would have come out side by side, that's okay. It was an unsafe release. He probably would have got like a fine or something.
Yeah,
just nothing to Red Bull, but he just like Bottas was here and Verstappen came out and he just like put him in the wall.
Yeah,
and that we'll get onto that penalty. Well, we can talk about it now because fuck me.
Well, because that's what it is. Like that.
That penalty was just ridiculous. I think he should have had way more than that.
Yeah, because Bottas had to come in literally the next lap to get new tyres again because he was going to get
about 40 seconds.
Yeah, because obviously they saw that was going to be a slow puncher on those tyres and he broke a little bit of his
bodywork.
Yeah, of his floor. So 5 seconds. Although it did affect him because he ended up not getting the podium in the end. It's still, you had Giovinazzi getting a 10-second for
spinning around.
For spinning. Who did he spin again?
Russell.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of spinning this weekend, wasn't there?
I'm surprised Vettel didn't join in and be like, everyone's doing the spin.
He's like, that's my move.
Yeah, that's my move. Right? Mission spin now. One thing, F1 2019, this is not sponsored. When it comes out, Ferrari livery, I really like the Mission Winnow. Was it Win Now or Winnow?
I don't know.
I think it's
Looks
Winnow.
Like Winnow, yeah.
I really like that part of the livery, but they can't have it because it's part of. I can't remember what company it is now. What company is it part of? The smoking company.
Is it? Yeah, is it tobacco?
Yeah, it's like an e-cigarette or something. Company. They can't put it on F1 2018, which is well annoying. 2019. Still stuck in 2018 with Bottas, 0.5. So everyone pits. Verstappen gets a penalty for that move, 5-second penalty. I think it should have been a drive-through probably, or a 10-second.
It should have been more.
Stop-go penalty. 5 stop-go penalties back to back.
Literally every lap you have to slow down. I want you in the 130s for each
You have
lap.
to do Williams pace for the rest of the race.
Oh, we talking like Williams last lap pace though?
No, Williams pace this weekend. I mean, there was a lap where Russell and Kubica went 0.1 quicker than Hamilton.
Oh.
1 lap.
Wait, did I send it to you or I don't know. I saw the meme of Russell, finishing 15th, and it's that, Hulk from Endgame where it's I see this as a complete win. I thought it was a joke.
15.
This is 15.
Williams. Do you feel sorry for Williams? Do you feel bad for Williams? Good team with a great heritage.
I don't know.
Is it Claire Williams? Problem?
I don't know. It's got. Obviously hasn't changed from getting rid of Paddy. What's his name? Paddy Lowe. Paddy Lowe.
What has he taken leave?
I don't know. I think they sacked him, didn't they?
He's taken some kind of leave.
I don't know. He's just not there at the moment.
He used to be at Mercedes, didn't he?
Yeah. It's just I don't feel bad for them, but I want them to do good because obviously they're one of the most historic teams. They've had some of the best drivers of all time drive for them, and they've got a lot of world championships there. But I don't feel bad because they just haven't done enough to improve the car in recent years. They've gone backwards in the past 4 years.
It used to be a race-winning car even when they're in 2012 they won a race with Maldonado.
And Maldonado won.
And then 2014 the regulation changed. They were sometimes quicker than Mercedes, or 2015 as well. My favourite highlight of Williams in recent years is when I think it was at Silverstone. They started first and. Don't know what that noise is, but we'll
it's the ghost of Aston Villa's chances tonight.
It's Aston Villa fans. terrible atmosphere, actually, I must say, walking down. Don't know what road this is called.
Empire Way.
Empire Way. They're all in the Indian restaurant. Derby fans, silent, completely
What,
silent.
Derby fans?
Yeah, completely silent.
Because they're all dead teams. They're dead teams.
Yeah. Where are we?
We
Yeah,
just,
and then Bottas has to come in again, so he pits for hards, and he's obviously going to the end.
I was getting so confused this race with the compounds because I was like, you know, the yellows yellows are now mediums. No, the yellows soft. I don't
I
even
don't
know.
know. I thought the yellows were soft.
Yeah,
Oh no, the reds
the reds are soft now.
softs
Yellows
is
are
a
mediums.
mediums, and the whites are hard.
And
And
that's
that
the
used to be
confusing thing. It
completely
was
different.
yeah.
The yellows were soft. weren't
Oh,
they?
that was dumb. Yeah, yellows were soft. Reds were super soft.
That was at least it's not ultra soft, hyper soft.
See, I
super
like
duper
that more
soft.
because now they have it's just soft, medium, hard.
If they
but
would've
it's
kept
C1 and 2 with that, so that there's two different compounds of each one.
This is why neutral, like casual fans, have no idea what's going on.
I don't know.
If
I
they would
just
have
say
kept it the
sack
same, they should have kept it the same. Sack Pirelli,
Sack Pirelli.
get Bridgestone back.
Bring back.
Who was
What's it?
Michelin?
Firestone.
Was it Michelin in like 2005 US Grand Prix where like 4 cars started?
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
I think so. We'll just go back to the old times when they could just choose what tire.
Bring
they
back
wanted.
refueling.
Let's just bring back the old V8. Just literally old cars only now.
I wouldn't mind the halo and all this, simplifying aerodynamics if they had the V8s.
Do you know what I was thinking?
I know. I have no idea what.
No, you have no
whatever
idea
you're
what I'm thinking.
No.
But, and this is going to be controversial, bringing it back to what happened last year. I've now gotten used to the halo, like everyone has. Everyone's got used
Yeah,
to
you
it.
get used to it.
I'm
Yeah.
still not a huge fan of it.
I don't like it.
I
But
don't like it, but I'm used to it. But for that reason, I'd rather see closed cockpit. I think we can go fully closed
do
now.
you think?
I think it should be. I think it would actually end up looking better than the Halo. It would work better than the Halo. It's just
I think both are terrible.
both are obviously
Without
you want the
anything,
completely open.
Completely open is so much better.
Yeah, it's so much
think
better.
everyone
But for the
agrees.
safety of the sport, it's
We're
not-
never going back there. It's going to be
No.
It's basically going to be Halo evolving.
That's why I like IndyCar from next year are using the
That's
aero
horrible.
screens
I don't
now.
like it.
I've never been a fan of the IndyCar cars.
It's a
but I-
Halo with a
Yeah,
like an aero
with the
screen.
with the screen. I'm not a fan of the IndyCar cars at all. Anyway, I'm not a fan of IndyCar, but I like that they're going and doing it because, what was it when they were testing out the aero screen? It was Vettel who said, "Oh, I couldn't do it. I was getting a bit
busy,
too nauseous." Oh, what?
I think he tested that at Silverstone actually.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it. It was horrible.
Yeah, the way that they did
It didn't
then,
look
yeah.
good.
But the one for the IndyCar, if they took away the Halo bit, yeah, it looks pretty
If
decent.
you're going to have something there, either have a Halo or the aero screen. Don't mix them.
Yeah.
I don't like either personally.
No, I don't think
People will be in the well. If people are actually watching, people will be like, "Oh well, it's safety of the sport and all that." But
I get it for the safety of the sport, but
F1's
it's
about
also
danger,
ruining the integrity. Yeah,
F1 is about. We talked about Loud earlier, and we'll talk about him
Yeah.
later on again.
I mean, in Rush,
That's F1.
yeah, Rush. They talk about it like the whole thrill of F1 is that it's
So close
it's
to dying.
Yeah, you're so close to dying. You're driving these metal contraptions basically.
A moving bomb.
A moving bomb, essentially. Yeah, it's just any one time during a race you could be seconds from death, and that's the thing that's so exciting for the drivers and for the fans to be
Yeah.
watching.
What is that quote from James Hunt? It's like, the closer you are to death,
The more alive,
the more alive
wasn't
you
it?
feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a classic quote.
You're talking about favourite scene from Rush. My favourite is after Nicky comes back from the he does his first press conference.
That press conference.
Yeah, and then James
After
just goes.
he beats
him.
up a guy.
Mate,
Yeah.
I love that.
actually happened apparently.
No, not beating up apparently.
But
he
the guy
went
asking
and-
the question.
Yeah, the guy asking the question happened. Yeah, but yeah, I was like, if James actually went and beat the guy up afterwards, that would have been sick.
That is the funniest scene. If you haven't watched Rush, that's probably one of my most favourite films ever.
I mean, it's one of those ones that like they got the whole thing like. They genuinely got the whole thing wrong because they didn't have like a rivalry in the sense that they hated each other. No, they were really good friends and they lived with each other for a while. But for the movie, they made it that they were enemies and they did it well because it just works. Like it's not like it's an.
Well, I think at the end they were friends.
At the end, yeah.
Like when Hunt retired.
I think it was more they do you mean in the movie or
Respected
real
each
life?
other.
Yeah.
In the movie, they were.
In the movie, it's more about respect. As soon as Nicky, because when Nicky has that crash, you know, you can see in the movie, James is just instantly like, that's his fault,
Yeah.
and that. So like from there, it's no longer about like the rivalry; it's just about respect. And like Nicky was saying, it's always what pushed him to get through it all and get back in the car was seeing James winning all his points.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, it wasn't just winning races. He said winning my points, and that was. Oh no, I was like, damn.
I need to watch a Rush again.
I just thought.
Although there is a funny scene right at the very start when they're in like Formula 3. Nicky was like, "That was my corner," and James was like, that corner. I think that corner had you, the one you spun out of.
Yeah.
He was like, "What's your name?" And
he
was like, James Hunt rhymes with.
Yeah. It's like the guy said James Michael Williams or whatever his name is.
Simon Wallace Hunt.
Yeah.
Remember it, my Jerry friend.
That's Michael Williams.
Michael Williams.
And then he's like,
we're getting off topic here.
Oh, it's just good. That's not too off topic. Not as bad as the fart.
I mean the fart, yeah. Did you see lap 14? I sent it to you. Lap 14 under the safety car. Perez comes out the pit lane. Wasn't broadcast at all. I wonder why. He almost kills two men.
That was
literally almost kills them coming out the pit lane.
That was close.
I'll see if I can put it up here, but literally he comes out the pit lane, and I know it's safety car speeds, but still he's coming out trying to catch up to the pack. And these two marshals are crossing the track. One guy makes it across, and the other guy just like stops. He must have missed him by like a couple of inches.
I was like, oh my, couldn't believe.
No words for that, because that should not be. Why is that happening? During the race, people are running across the track. I remember, when was it? A couple of years ago in Singapore, some guy was just walking on the track and had to bring out the safety car. Yeah. And Vettel was like, "There's a guy on the track."
There's been quite a few. My friend, she was saying about how she remembers a couple of years ago there was someone just who was running on it. I remember I can't remember which race it was, but there was a protest who ran on and was like,
Silverstone, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I wanted to say Silverstone, but
he was a mental. I don't know what he was doing, but
yeah, he was. I think he was just protesting.
He was like running with a thing, wasn't he?
He was running with a thing and like a flag, like putting it in the driver's ways and coming down the straight. It was.
And that was on like the Hangar Straight as well, like 200 miles an hour. I'm not sure what. If you're watching this, please get in touch. We'd love to know what your thinking was. So after that near-death experience, like you said earlier, Giovinazzi hits Russell, holds up Leclerc, blocked the entire track. That happened in F2 as well with Mick Schumacher. Did you see it?
Yeah,
Mick Schumacher spun around the female driver,
Calderon,
spun around. That was a stupid move from Mick.
But yeah.
So Giovinazzi spins Russell. He got a 10-second penalty for that. We spoke about Verstappen. Where is the consistency, FIA? Where is the consistency?
See, this is what happens when we don't have Charlie Whiting anymore. There's my consistency. Every race so far I brought up Charlie. Consistency.
I'm not going to comment on that. Although I think the guy who's taken over has done pretty well.
I don't know. He's just been.
He's the stewards. It's not actually the guy. I can't remember his name now.
I don't know.
But whoever he is, he doesn't sit there and go.
But it just seems like before, at least with Charlie, they sort of made sense. Like now, it's sort of like, that just doesn't make sense to me. That Verstappen got a 5-second for that, and Giovinazzi got 10 seconds for spinning the guy. It's like
ridiculous, really too inconsistent. But they're just Ferrari international assistants. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Pipping Vettel up. So Leclerc retires on lap 18. We're kind of expecting it because he was just way off the pace and
like the
last basically.
Yeah, it wasn't even probably wasn't even damage. It was just no point. Literally no point in wasting.
Just wearing the engine. They still have to do it on the whole season on 3 engines and 3 components.
Yeah, that is
tough.
I mean, the Mercedes, both of them haven't had to use any yet. So, but I know, because that was the previous rules where you had 5 or 4 or 5. It was 4 last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it might have been. Yeah, it was 4 last.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I think
it was 3 last year. I think.
Was it?
It was 4 in 2017, and then we went down to 3, and everyone was like, "Oh, what the hell?"
Yeah, because I know it used to be. Around after Monaco, that's when they changed their engines because that would be the best time going to what's
Canada. That's quite power hungry.
Next, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Montreal.
See, this is.
I love that track.
I love
That's such
I
a
love
track.
the 3Ms, Monaco, Montreal, Monza.
Yeah.
They're my 3 favourite tracks.
Silverstone as well.
See,
Silverstone.
I like Silverstone, but it's just not up there for me. It's
Best
a
track on the
fantastic
calendar.
track.
Best racing track on the calendar for sure.
It's the pure. For me, it's the
It's
purest
the
track.
home of F1.
It's the home of F1. It's the purest. Like it's the most pure F1 track because get rid of Brazil. Well, no, they're keeping Brazil, but they're moving into
They're moving
Lagos.
Brazil, which is pointless. This can be
That's
part of
just-
our summer show.
That's what we'll talk about during that because I'm not happy about that.
There's
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of stuff to cover over the summer break, and we're
Mm.
only like 5-6 races in.
Yeah.
So,
A lot. Right.
yeah. So Leclerc retires, and there was pretty much strategy. It was just a bit of a procession for 20 laps, and then lap 38. Stroll drives into. Do you see this? Stroll drives into Raikkonen at the hairpin. Raikkonen was trying to overtake him. He went down the inside. They were side by side at the Lowe's hairpin, and so Raikkonen's on the inside, and Stroll comes round, and literally Raikkonen has the racing line. Stroll just veers into him, and Raikkonen comes over the radio, and it was just bleeps basically.
I can't remember that. Yeah.
It wasn't good driving from Stroll.
When is it ever good driving from Stroll? More consistency. Me going in on Stroll again. I hate Stroll. I said it as well whilst I was watching. Stroll and Giovinazzi, honest to God, are the 2 worst drivers F1's ever seen. Get out of the sport.
The Unbiased F1 podcast. Giovinazzi has not had a good. He's not had a good.
He's a test driver.
When he came in,
only.
when he came in as a replacement for Pascal Wehrlein, he still crashed.
Yeah, he's terrible. Pascal, he's doing
Verlaine's
Formula
good.
E. You know, Marcus Ericsson did the Indy 500.
Yeah, where did he finish?
I don't know. I'm probably like dead last.
Google it. I'm not sure where he came.
Yeah, I didn't know that he was there. And there
He's
was
not
quite a
that
few.
bad.
There was a couple as well who was there.
Yeah, Alonso. Oh wait.
Oh no, Alonso.
Just quickly on Indy 500. Fernando Alonso not even qualifying.
Yeah, that was. I feel bad, not really for him, for the mechanics and everything, because they worked. I heard some of them were like so devastated because they worked on the car specifically for Indy 500 for him, and then he couldn't do anything with it. Couldn't qualify.
McLaren. That's all I can say on that. It's just I think Alonso might cut ties with McLaren, because what is the point anymore? He might just go back to Andretti again next year for the Indy 500. You're looking at the results.
Well, apparently Skrillex participated this year in the Indy 500. Skrillex.
Okay, where did they finish then? Sort of lap times.
Don't know. It just comes up when I type in Indy 500. It says participants Skrillex.
Wow.
Right, so the winner
Marcus
was
Ericsson.
that Frenchman Simon Page. No, I don't know how to say. That's a stupid name.
Pagano.
Alright, fine.
Pagano.
Cool.
That was a.
I'm
Did
showing up
you
there.
see the finish? Rossi was really close to winning. Alexander Rossi, also ex F1, with Marussia.
Oh, best team.
And then they're Virgin or Marussia, whatever they were.
Oh, nice. Dale Earnhardt Jr. doing the pace car. Let's see. Ole.
Take your time. It's not like we're recording a podcast or
No, I
anything.
don't think we are, to be honest. I think it should be cool. Oh yeah, Takuma Saito as well.
Sato, what a guy.
He was a former Formula 1 driver as well, wasn't he?
Worst F1 driver. Oh no,
Yeah.
Sato's not that bad. I think it was Yuji Ide.
He was still not as bad as
BAR
Giovinazzi and
Honda.
Stroll.
No, Super Aguri. That's what it was.
Yeah, he finished third, so that was pretty good.
Who? Sato.
Yeah.
Wow.
Will Power as well. Why do I recognise that name? Will Power.
Will Power.
Yeah, I recognise his name. Oh, excuse me.
I know it was Will Stevens. That was Marussia. He was not very good, was he?
Oh no, it's Will. I recognise Will Power because he's won the IndyCar series one time back in 2014.
Anyway, Marcus Ericsson didn't do very well. I don't think he's not in the top 10. I don't think.
No, not top 20.
Did he qualify? He did qualify, didn't he?
He qualified.
So where did he qualify?
Oh
Don't know.
god, he qualified
Low.
quite. No, it was decent.
15th or something.
He ended up finishing 23rd, and I don't know.
23rd. There you go. Now we can get on with our lives.
No, because I've got to find where he qualified.
Don't
Now
care
you asked
about
the
my
question.
Marcus Ericsson. I'm
No,
sorry.
you asked the
I
question.
literally
mate.
have no interest in
You asked the
IndyCar.
question.
Sorry, IndyCar fans. I watched it for like the last 5 laps.
You don't have to apologise to any IndyCar fans.
And then lap 38,
Oh, he qualified 13th.
lap 39 rather, Hamilton was on the team radio asking if everyone's going slow or trying to overtake him. I think this is where the Hamilton meltdown starts for the next 30 laps. And then lap 42, Hamilton on the radio, I'm on the wrong tyre, man. And the team's reassuring him because when he pitted, he was on the hard tyres.
Hold up, they were not.
No, he was on the
reassuring
mediums, wasn't he?
They were getting angry with him that he was coming over and saying this. They were like, "Look, this is the strategy. We've gone and done that. We can't bring you in now." And he was getting mad at them, like, "I cannot sustain this."
Because he came in a couple of years ago, I think, 2015.
What Monaco?
Yeah, he came in, or 2017 or something. He came in from the lead, pitted, and then finished like third. So he said after the race, I was never going to pit.
Yeah.
But he was on the mediums, so had a lot less durability than the hards, which everyone else was on. And so he was getting quite irate on the radio. And then again, lap 44, he was on the radio. And then Vettel starts to report overheating. He literally can't get close to Verstappen. I thought we fixed this problem.
Yeah.
Wasn't this the whole point of the regulation change?
Have they infiltrated Granfelder? Have the Derby and Villa fans got?
See, this is the thing. As I walked into Wembley Park, Derby fans were singing Leeds. Leeds are falling apart again. You're in the playoff final. Why are you singing about Leeds?
Some fans
I
just
don't get
never
it.
get over it. I didn't from Vettel and Bottas this race. I just never at any point did I feel like they were gonna do anything. Like it didn't
They
feel
were
like
just
they were
bringing up the numbers.
Yeah, it was literally just they were there. It's the same with pretty much like Gasly. I don't know where he finished. I don't really know how he did. I think he got fastest lap, didn't he?
Yeah. Turbo driver in my fantasy team.
Shut it. Right.
Have you got
Not
him in your
talking.
fantasy team?
No, I haven't got him on my fantasy team. You know who I do have? Leclerc.
It's the people that have. Who else retired? Was Leclerc the only retire?
It was the only
retiree?
retirement, but there was some other like bad finishes, like the two Haas, who I have
They
the
had
Haas
bad
car.
races. Well, Grosjean was in the points, wasn't he?
He got
Well, no,
10th,
he got 10th.
which is
We'll
one.
get onto that. There was a penalty, wasn't there, for him? So Vettel couldn't get close to Verstappen. Lap 49, Stroll holds up Bottas. I think he was trying to lap him.
What do you expect?
And Stroll
from
just gets it. He just literally just does not move, and Bottas was whining on the radio, understandably so.
What a surprise! Stroll, bad driver, does a bad thing whilst driving. Oh no! Get out the goddamn sport.
Lap 56, Hamilton says he can't stay behind the lap. This is where it gets confusing, because I thought they came over the radio and were saying just stay put, don't overtake the lapped cars. And he was like, I can't stay behind the lapped cars and keep Verstappen behind. That was an odd strategy call, because at that point this is where the Williams were actually quicker than Lewis, because his tyres were dead, just nothing left. He only had to be quick up the main straight, through the tunnel, and the hairpin. He had to keep
That's
the
the
line.
thing. He was managing to go though through that tunnel bit. Like it was just something about his exit. Or
He
something
pulled
from
away
that
so
one.
much. He turned the engine
pulled
up
away.
every lap out of that corner.
He would save the power,
The
save the
battery
energy,
as well.
and then just it's like when Jeff comes over on 2018.
Jeff
and
comes
like,
over there.
Like you're using too much
Need to
energy.
charge the
Yeah, you
battery?
need to recharge the battery, please. And you just go no.
Move the
Overtake.
battery to overtake.
Yeah.
Just leave it in overtake
Yeah.
all the time. So that was a weird strategy. I think he started lapping cars. But Williams taking off the sandbags. Williams were quicker than the Mercedes at that point.
Mate.
They're on fresh tyres. Williams were 0.1 of a second quicker than Hamilton on dead tyres.
I mean,
Williams
looking
World
at
Drivers' Championship.
What 122 there? Lap
Yeah,
times?
about
Oh my god!
10 seconds down on the quali lap, but still, this is scintillating
Lord.
pace. And then the last 10, 20 laps was just Hamilton holding off Verstappen. I found that exciting. It was good racing.
Yeah, it was amazing, especially like when Verstappen did eventually go for it. Obviously, coming out the tunnel, that is one of the places that you can, but he was a bit too far away. They touched, and that hot stop moment. I was like, no.
That was a tasty move, lap 76.
He tried
into the
it.
chicane.
I respect him for trying it.
He had to. I said to you at the
Hit
start,
something.
like lap 30, I was like, he has to lunge, otherwise
He
he's going to
has to
finish.
try
He's going to
something.
finish like 5th.
Yeah, he had to try something. I didn't for any moment think. No, I was saying that it was probably going to be Verstappen's now, because I always thought Hamilton was going to pit, because I thought there's no way he's going to be able to nurse those all the way to the end. Also, Nick Nurse, big up Toronto Raptors for making it into the finals. Yeah.
Finish with that little.
Obviously, I'm finished. It was just a little shout out, man.
Yeah, so he was nursing his tyres, and basically it was. I don't know how to describe the last 20 laps. Like you said earlier, 92 in Monaco. Senna was literally driving in the middle of the road, like 5 seconds off the pace, holding off Mansell. People saying, "Oh, greatest race of all time." Zero overtakes.
That was. It was a dead race, but it was an amazing race because of just how defensively he drove to be able to do that. It was amazing.
You have to. I think it was casual F1 fans find that boring.
Yeah.
But they don't understand how tough that was to do.
Yeah.
He had no grip whatsoever, and he still kept him behind.
It's like casual American football fans watching the Super Bowl this year saying it was really boring, when really it was a fantastic display of defense.
I did watch until half time and I fell asleep. Not gonna lie.
Like a lot of people. I almost
it
fell
was a
asleep
dead. It
because
was a dead game.
It was a dead game, but for me it was good. It was brilliant because it was just this fantastic display of defense. And I'm one of those people that in any sport, I believe that defense. I appreciate defense so much because, Formula One's not really. It doesn't really follow it so much. Offense wins races, defense wins championships. No, it's more about being the quickest.
It's been like being that guy.
Any other sport, I'd agree with that statement. Defense does win championships and titles and that.
Being an Ipswich fan, I've watched some terrible defensive behaviour this year. League One title is coming back to Portland Road. Well, it's never been to Portland Road because we haven't been in League One before because we're that good.
Well, let me tell you from experience, as a Southampton fan,
League One's a fun year for you, wasn't it?
It was. Both our time in League One and Championship, we didn't win either. But look where we are now. We're still in the Prem.
Just.
Look, there's only going to be 2 spots next year. And I'm pretty confident that I can't even remember who's still in now.
So what do you mean? Who's come up?
I know. Who's come up?
Norwich. So please beat Norwich. Just relegate them. Everyone from East Anglia wants you to relegate them.
We'll beat Norwich, I reckon. Because I think
Norwich, Sheffield United as well. You'll beat them.
Oh, we're fine. It's going to be the 3 that come up and going 3 straight back down.
Even if Villa go up, I think you'd probably beat them.
We're getting all 6 points from each. Yeah, 6 points from each games from each team.
You're guaranteed 18 points then.
Yeah.
For 3. Is that enough to stay up?
Yes.
No, 18 points. No.
It's fine.
So after Verstappen sends it down the inside, I think even if he got past him there, before I get onto that, what was that a bit optimistic? I think it was. He wasn't alongside him or anything.
He was a bit too far back, but he was closer than he was on most laps. And as much as I don't like Verstappen's driving sometimes, and he'll go for things that he shouldn't, and I'm always like, he's still so immature for how long he's been in the sport already, because you can't say that he's still young because he's more experienced than half the grid now. I respected him for doing that because he kind of had to. He knew that he should be winning that race. There's no way that Hamilton can hold on. So the fact that he did try that, I was like, yeah, good on him.
That's what F1's about, isn't it?
Yeah,
you're taking that chance.
You've got to take that chance to win. You're not gonna win anything if you don't go for it. What was it? The Senna quote. You're no longer an F1 driver if you don't go for a gap.
Or if you're Maldonado, if you go for a gap that doesn't exist, you're Maldonado.
I do respect him for that. Even if he had taken them both out, obviously that wouldn't have been happy. Yeah, get Vettel a win there. Wouldn't have been happy about that, but I'd still be I'd be less angry than at other times when he's done stupid mistakes because he had to try it.
So that basically the race finished like that. Obviously Verstappen came home second on the road, but with a 5-second penalty, Bottas and Vettel were close. He comes home 4th, so the top 3 was Hamilton, Vettel, Bottas. Verstappen in 4th. Gasly pitted about 10 laps before the end, put a fresh set of tyres on, fastest lap. turbo driver.
Shotty.
Sainz P6.
Big race for him. Yeah.
He was super quick. He was putting in like purple sectors quite often.
Do I have
in the
Sainz on my
McLaren?
thingy?
Maybe you have Sainz in your fantasy team.
I feel like I might have him on one of my other teams, not my team that I'm using in our league.
Is there actually any other people in our team, or is it just us?
It's just us.
It's just us.
Yeah.
We can't
Next
change
year,
this. Well, I've got this in the bio down below. You can have a look at our league or join it. I'm not sure how it works. You set it up.
I did. I don't know how to do anything.
Yeah.
It's pretty like
They've broken
they
it.
don't really do it.
Ever since
well.
Australia, it's gone downhill.
Yeah.
Kvyat was 7th, Albon 8th, great points for Toro Rosso. Grosjean in 10th, and Ricciardo finished in 9th. Grosjean, right? This is a bit
wrong way round.
I know.
How are you gonna do that?
I think I put this in before when they crossed the line. I didn't realise that Ricciardo pipped him because Ricciardo was about 10 seconds behind Grosjean with about 10 laps to go, and I was like, okay, Grosjean's got a 5-second penalty. That's it. He's safe. Or it might have been 15 seconds behind. So he had a 10-second buffer. Crossing the line, Grosjean misses out on 9th by 1/10. Ricciardo gets 9th. Haas. Magnussen qualifies 5th and finishes in 12th, I believe.
12 or 13. Yeah,
Shocking. Abysmal.
That was just
shocking. How can you qualify 5th in Monaco, the hardest track to overtake, and you go 7 places backwards?
I mean, Ricciardo as well, not the best race. I mean, 7th, he only goes in 2 places, but still you've lost places.
He was
there.
5th as well at some point in the race.
He did. He started well.
Hulkenberg lost out big time as well. I think he pitted, and then Brundle was like, "Oh, this is going to work out a treat for Hulkenberg." Comes out in front of the Williams.
Yeah, commentators curse. I wanted to say as well. I think it was Albon at one point had the fastest lap. And I was like, wow.
And that's when Gasly came in. And he was like, "No, I'm a Toro Rosso with the fastest lap. What is this?"
Are they still? Do they still count as sister teams? Because
yeah.
Oh no, yeah, they're both on Hondas now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because last year it was just Toro Rosso on Honda, Red Bull still on the Renault. So yeah.
Here's a stat for you: Hamilton is 2 points behind Ferrari in the constructors' championship.
That's jokes. I saw that.
How? We talked about the semi-great race. Would you keep Monaco on the calendar? Would you scrap it? Because last year there was talk of scrapping it and all this. Just comes out every year about Monaco.
If you scrap Monaco, scrap the whole calendar. You're scrapping F1. That and Silverstone are what Formula One is. Monaco is all the drivers love it because it's a real challenge of their driver's ability. I know it's not the most exciting race, but I love it because it's
Monaco.
It's Monaco. They're the ones that said, last year when they said we're getting away with the grid girls, Monaco went, no, we're Monaco.
This is Monaco.
We're not doing that.
Girls.
Yeah, it's that sort of track that you just need it there. Otherwise, it's just not the same. It's not F1 then. It's just It's I don't know what else to say. It's just Monaco. You can't.
I agree.
Get rid of
I keep it. And the slow-mo shots where they're coming through the swimming pool, I think, where they're just kissing the barriers.
Yeah.
They're literally touching the barriers.
When they get it right.
And it's just that is F1, perfect. I think. I keep it on the calendar. I think that was one of the best Monaco races in.
It's been a while since we had a good one.
10, 15 years. Apart from that time where McLaren left a plug in Button's car, and he qualified like second and then retired. Straight away, they left something in the engine, and it caught fire, and he just retired like 2 laps in, and he should have won that race.
Oh no! Wait, if we're talking about Button, then we've got to be talking about how you flipped Verlaine like a pancake that time when he came back for that one race. Button when he.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, he's one race cameo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, where Button told Alonso he's going to piss in his seat.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to wee in your seat.
And Fernando was
and
like,
Verlaine, he just like. He literally put him.
Yeah, he just
like
went
scale
up
electrics.
sideways, yeah.
So when you push the button too hard on scale electrics and it goes off.
I didn't know if we it was meant to be serious or not because everyone all the commentators were like, oh my gosh, they were all really somber, and I was like,
without the halo as well.
Yeah, this was without the halo, but I was like, he'll be fine. Like literally, he's perfectly fine, but it's like you have to act all.
I mean, if he went over the barrier into the sea, maybe.
Then it's a little bit. I was watching though in I can't remember what it was, but I think they were just showing highlights of other races, and when Senna was racing, they didn't have a huge barrier for that bit. Like it was just what it.
You
Like it was
could've
just the
gone into the
rail.
sea.
Anyone could have just gone into
If
the
someone
sea.
brake checks you, you just go
Yeah,
into
you
the
just
sea.
oh crap, here we go.
End up on Roman Abramovich's
Just on
super
his
yacht.
yacht. He was like, all right, yeah, I'm good. I'm meant to be in the race right now.
That place just stinks of money. It's ridiculous.
Mate,
That's why it's F1. F1 is money.
One day though, one day.
Canada preview, one of my favourite tracks.
One of my favourite tracks too.
One of Lewis's favourite tracks as well.
First ever win there. He won in Canada 2007.
Kubica's only win as well.
What, Canada? I thought it was in
Pretty sure Kubica's won there, or he's pole or something.
I think it might be pole because I think he's won.
Pretty sure Kubica's won a race.
He's won a race.
And he had that horror crash there as well, where he
Mm.
I think he was behind Jarno Trulli. What a throwback! He's behind Jarno Trulli, and he got stuck. His rear wing flew off, and he went into the barriers. I've got a book somewhere at home with all the as a picture every staging every bit of the crash. A horrible crash. You could see his feet hanging out at the bottom of the car.
Oh, big news! Hazard named PFA Plans Player of the Year.
That is not news.
PFA Pans.
That's not even news.
Well, no, because he beat out Silva, Aguero, Sterling, Van Dijk, who's won the Player of the Year for the player votes and all that, and Manny. That's
News. That's news. That's not F1 news, is
newsy
it?
news. That's his
Yeah. So
Canada, yeah. Seriously, Kubica, was that his first one?
I think he's won there.
He,
Correct me on that. I think he has done very well there.
I want to check because I think he has. I think he's definitely won.
It's a track where a few people have actually got their first wins.
Yeah.
I think, and as well, Hamilton equalled Senna's pole score.
Yeah,
he got a
he
race
got the helmet.
worn,
Yeah.
not a replica, a race worn helmet.
Apparently, that wasn't one of his race. I can't remember what it was, but apparently it wasn't race worn. It was made for Senna, so it was one of his helmets, but it wasn't one of his race worn ones. I think.
Still,
I might be wrong. Right, let me see.
Yeah, Canada's normally quite a good track for Mercedes, and it's going to be super close. I think Red Bull will drop back a little bit. I think it'll be Mercedes, then Ferrari, and then Red Bull.
Yeah, you're right. Canada was his win.
He has got a win.
Yeah,
I thought it was
Canada. Yeah.
I thought it was.
I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought he won somewhere else. Is it?
He's only got one win, hasn't he?
Just the one,
yeah. Yeah. We've got louder memories at the bottom here.
I'm gonna flip on my cap, show the red bit because that's
Should
what
we-
I'm wearing the hat for. Got the red.
I think. Should we leave that for the summer, or is that too late? Or should we briefly mention
I'll
it?
just flip it back down then.
Briefly mention.
I mean, we could just use that clip that we had at the start, if that fits in.
We're still using that. That was the
What,
start.
at the start?
Yeah, I'll just put the intro right at the start and then roll with that. Although I might have it up tonight if I can. When I have it tomorrow, probably. I'll have it tomorrow.
Tomorrow, at least. But
I'll
we'll
edit
probably
on
have
the
loads of time on the train actually, because it will be quite busy.
Yeah, I'll edit it on the train.
Actually, no, it will be during the game. So
It'll
it might
be
be
good.
alright. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was one of the best Monaco Grand Prix in recent years. I enjoyed it. What did you think? Let us know in the comments. Once again, do follow us on socials. We're going to try and keep it regular on Instagram and Twitter. We've only got a few posts on there at the moment.
Like 3 on the Instagram, but that's.
We've got a little bit of a following. I was surprised.
Mm.
I thought we'd have 2 followers and that'd just be us, but we have got 15 in 5 days.
I think we should for this one we should probably promote this, properly promote this race now. Monaco, just actually on Instagram,
Pay £2.
Yeah, pay £2, get the good promotion, get some more people. They might not watch it, but then at least they'll see the post.
I think you can do it as well, where you can on an Instagram post you can put a link in. So when you tap it, it will take you to the YouTube page. So much of that. That is our branding. Behind the scenes of the Unbiased F1 podcast branding. It's not a lot of branding that goes on.
Who's Brandon?
Exactly. Thank you for joining me. I'm gonna go and have some lunch now. Actually, it's 1:30. It's about an hour and a half before the playoff final, so I might actually go back to Liverpool Street. Because the McDonald's here is going to be absolutely rammed.
It will be, yeah.
It will be.
100%.
Anyway, let us know what you thought to the Monaco Grand Prix. Should we scrap it? Should we keep it? Preview for Canada as well. Thank you for joining me. And we'll see you next time. Rest in peace, Niki Lauda.